tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized look now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chunk, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp, now we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, stackers. It is me, Joe Main, coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia, going out live on X and on YouTube. Right now, we're going to be talking gold. Gold has pulled back on US dollar strength. We'll take a look at that article, discuss and have a look at gold's price today. Silver, of course, as we do every single weekday morning. We'll do Bitcoin and some other crypto too. Why not? That's what we do here. We stack silver, we stack Satoshis, we stack skills, we stack friendships and communities and everything else here we stack at Good Morning Stackers. But in the first 1 minute of the show, sure, why not? We do what I call the synchronized slurp. It's the favorite part of your day. It's the first one for this week. Can you imagine doing anything else at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time right now? No, you can't. Grab your tasty beverage. I'll grab mine. We'll grab them together and slurp them together. That's weird, but we slurp them anyway. Whatever you're drinking, drink it right now. In 3, 2, 1, and do it audibly. You must slurp. Here we go. Wow, what an interesting day to start off the day. I've got a bit of an announcement as such, a little bit of a heads up, and I'll tease you with it right now. I think quite possibly I'm going to be doing a very amazing interview coming up this week with someone that many of you, if you're an OG stacker, and we're talking last bull run in silver, for example, if you, like me, started stacking silver since around about 2010, or maybe even after that, you'll be very familiar with a name that I'm going to tease you with now and mention at the end of the show. Sucked in. But what do I do here? I am Joe Main. I am a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013, and I have worked in the retail gold and silver bullion industry since 2013. I did that for 11 years. Goldstackers, Bullion Now. You know what I did with Bullion Now. I launched and grew the YouTube channel, and they're still doing amazing things over there. I created videos that have had almost 1 million views individually on YouTube, and many YouTube videos have hundreds of thousands of views for the Bullion Now channel. And then I worked for Ainslie Bullion. I revitalized their social media presence, and now they're doing great guns over there. And now I help you do the same for your business as well. So whatever kind of business it is, hit me up with an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. I won't show that because I'll show that, gmstackers@gmail.com. I'll show it a little bit later. And now I do this week daily live show, and I chat with my amazing Good Morning Stackers family. So let's share the screen. Now, what you'll notice today, I'm going back to a little bit of the original format, okay? I liked the YouTube chat. I'll show you here. This is what I was doing. I had this in here. You won't be able to see it, but I had the YouTube chat up here. Excuse me. I had the YouTube chat up here. I might go back to this if I get some super chats or anything like that. But I figured out that I can get a super chat announcement and I can show it in a different way. So this was looking okay. It was cool, but I'm going to go back to this. And if I get some super chat or something like that, I'll then pop this up. So I'm going to go back to here. If I get a super chat or something, I'll pop it up here so you can see it. Okay, but I want to go back to this. I don't know, it just feels a little bit more roomy. You know what? Let's do some shout outs. Speaking of my wonderful people, and we had a bunch of people pop in really quite early before the show. GMS, y'all, let me move that right there, says, y'all, g'day. Good to see Jake. Don't know what that means, CT. At least CT's from the Lone Star State in Texas. Pete Repeat. Why is that not working for me? Pete Repeat. I have to go out for... That's okay, man. Do what you got to do, bro. Oh, gee. Okay, that's annoying. Don't know why that's happening. Jake. Oh, okay. So we've got a new watcher. Jake, I think it is. CT. Good morning, dude, says Jason Rosana. Good to see you, my friend. Jake, you will need a drink for this synchronized slurp. Jake, you're a new watcher. Fantastic, man. Join the GMS family. Alan Satoshi Greenspan. I don't think I've seen you on the channel either. This is great to see so many people. I don't know why my comments aren't coming up properly, but that's okay. You were lurking too. Okay, howdy everyone. Jake's Custom Parts. Well, if you need parts and you need them to be custom made, look, I cannot highly recommend anyone better than Jake for your custom parts. I don't know what parts he does, parts of what, but he does them customly. And in a custom manner, in a custom fashion, with all the previous customs that if he wants to send them to you, he'll get them through your customs very quickly. So Jake's Customs Parts. Great to see you, Jake, my friend. Oh, he's got a lot of things. Oh, we've got a new huge fan. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please. And we've got Coffee and Stocks. How many new people have we got on the channel right now? 1,400 and something subscribers on YouTube. Nearly over 3,500 followers on X. We'll get to live gold, silver analysis and all that in just a second, but I have to speak to my amazing early birds, the shout-outs. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. And Chat Mum is in the house. Now, Jake just before said, I'm happy to be a moderator. If anyone's going to be a moderator, first Jake, and I appreciate the call out. Tony's going to be the one. Tony, Chat Mum. She's not an official moderator, but she is our Chat Mum. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. I'm going to move this out the way. Oh, that's why. There we go. Niels Han Dynasty is in the house. A few more shout-outs and we'll get to the topic of the day. The Don is back. The Don GMS. Here's to a good week, stackers. Here's to a good week indeed. Neil I did a video that got 147 views. I think that's good. It is actually good. Now, here's the thing. As a social media person for a long time, and I've said this a lot of times before, if your videos can get more than roughly 20% of the number of subscribers you have, that's all right. Now, if you can get more views than the number of subscribers you have, you're doing really, really well. That's like a good video because that means that the algorithm's picking up and it's not just going to your subscription base, if that makes sense. And as many people know, you might have 1,000 subscribers, but only if 100 people are watching your video, and you have 1,000 subscribers, only 100, it's got to be at least 20% is probably about average around there. And anything over 20%, pretty good. And then, more. So sometimes, I'll make a video that gets, back in the day, I had 100 subscribers and I would make a video that got 1,000 views. So that's doing really well. Okay. But you're looking for that 20% or more kind of range. What up, everyone, says Steve P. Good to see you, bro. There's so many new people here. This is absolutely fantastic. Unless you've all just randomly changed names and you're pranking me today. Always lovely to see our American friends here. I absolutely agree. I spent about a year in America. I lived in New York City. Well, technically, I lived in New Jersey, which is where my surprise guest interview person is actually from. They could actually be watching right now because I just had a little chat with them just this morning. So they could be watching right now. Hello, if you're watching. I'm looking forward to speaking to you. It's been a long time since we've spoken. Jake is a mod on Ninja's stream. Oh, there you go. Okay, now I've got the thing. On Economic Ninja stream, you're a mod on Economic Ninja stream. That is fantastic, man. Okay, maybe we need to have a bit of a chat, Jake. Oh, get out of town. What is with everyone on the show today? ASX Trader has jumped on the show too. Well, hey mate, good to see you. You and I. So you're on the how's your internet? Your internet must be good today. ASX Trader. So good. So everyone knows who ASX Trader is. I speak, just so you know, your ears must be burning. I speak about you like almost every day, because incorporating some of the stuff that I've been learning from you. Mr. ASX Trader as well. And if you guys remember, a number of weeks ago, I interviewed ASX Trader on the channel, and we had a bit of a technical problem with sharing screens and whatnot. And he's going to be back, aren't you, mate? Yes, you will. He's going to be back on the show pretty soon, I imagine. We'll tee up another time and we'll figure out the technicals and we'll share charts and do all that sort of stuff too. It was a great chat, though. We were able to talk about most things, even without sharing the charts. So go check that out on my channel with the amazing ASX Trader. Let's see. Alan Greenspan is also well known, Joe. You have a lot of USA chat royalty here. Fantastic. That is amazing to see. Well, welcome to the show, everyone. Mark Florida, cannot stay so, Chapman. Please keep Joe in line. Oh, come on, man. Come on. I need to be a mod. Only us lefties don't believe in freedom of speech. Yeah, if Jason was a mod, he'd be like, ban, 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 ban. I'm just kidding. We'll get to today's stuff. I'm new here. Glad to be here. I live in New Jersey. Fantastic, man. Yeah, I lived in, now I technically lived in New Jersey, but I lived in Weehawken, New Jersey, which is right on the border. It's basically on the opposite side of the Hudson River. So Manhattan, New York City, Manhattan, under the tunnel, under the Holland Tunnel. Yeah, the Holland Tunnel. And then Weehawken, New Jersey, right there. So I was studying musical theater on Broadway. No shit. Musical theater on Broadway in New York, and I lived in Weehawken, New Jersey. Listening on the drive. Great to know, ASX Trader. You're listening on the drive. Should be good now for, your internet and stuff for another interview. Fantastic. Another chat. Great. Yeah, no pressure. Jeez, man. Everything's coming to a head today. I'm going to mention it right now. Okay, I may as well mention it. Heads up, if it all comes together, I'm going to be interviewing, drumroll, Chris Dwayne from Silver Shield. Now, I'll give you a quick heads up on that. I was a member of the Silver Shield group. I got into Chris Dwayne stuff. Now, again, if you're an OG stacker, you remember Chris Dwayne and the Silver Bullet Silver Shield range. Tony, in particular, knows Silver Shield very well. And back in 2012, I was stacking precious metals since 2010. 2012, 2011, 2010, I was really into Chris Dwayne stuff when he started coming around with his Greatest Truth Never Told series, the Sons of Liberty Academy as well, which I went through 48 hours of just mind-bending how the world works stuff. And then I joined the Silver Shield group back in 2012. I don't have it on my desk, but I have the original Debt and Death Silver Bullet Silver Shield coin. I bought a bunch of those when they first came out, and then all the mintages and all that stuff. Then I bought the micro mintages later on, and then it's been a while since I've had a chat. I actually joined Goldstackers as one of their first employees, and then I introduced Goldstackers, the bullion dealer here in Australia. I introduced them to Chris Dwayne. We started getting in their stuff, and it's been a number of years since Chris and I have actually had any kind of conversation. And then I reached out the other day and got a direct message this morning going, sounds all right. Let's get that. So I think that's happening this week sometime. We'll have an amazing chat, probably more like a Joe Rogan, very casual chat style thing with Chris Dwayne from Silver Shield. That's coming too. I'm gonna Chris Dwayne. There we go. Johnson, aka The Rock. Yeah. Good live yesterday, Neil. Oh, fantastic. All right, let's get to it, people. Man, let's share the screen, shall we? Share the screen, people. Let's take a look. Now, of course, I want you to follow me on X, 3,500 followers roughly. You can do that by following x.com/It's Joe Main. It's Joe Main. But let's take a look at gold. Ooh, I could be wrong. Gold on the weekly time frame priced in US dollars, $3,025. I posted this on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum this morning. If you are a stacker in Australia and you are not a member, I need to edit that. Dang, give me one sec. I need to edit that. If you're not a member of the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum, the real one that has around about 8.6 thousand members, there's a lot of fakies out there. Okay, you need to be. So if you stack gold, silver in Australia, you have to be a member of this one. Make sure it's the right one with 8.6 thousand members. Okay, it's the premier gold and silver forum. Okay, at the moment. Okay, GMS, I said, after printing another new all-time high last week, I think, personally, gold takes its breather from here. Okay, don't know for how long, but expecting some consolidation through price or time. Staying above, and we'll look at those specific levels, staying above $2,970 would suggest to me the dip, staying above would, oh, I did that wrong. Excuse me, staying below. Gotta do it. Staying below. There we go. Oops. Staying below 2,970 would suggest to me the dip would extend for further. Okay, so let's look at what the hell I was talking about. Again, on the weekly time frame and using and we don't know if this is where it is topping on the weekly time frame, but if we do some quick analysis, we look at the price has been making higher highs on the weekly, but it has been making lower highs on the RSI on the weekly time frame. That's why I've been saying for a good period of time, if you've been watching the show for a number of weeks or even a little bit longer, that the steam is just starting to run out on gold. We're also going into the traditional, not that history always repeats, but the traditional winter period, the traditional like off season for precious metals. Okay, and that's why I think probably here, I think that little spike. And last week we just spiked to, and great, congratulations to all, $3,060 roughly. We have just opened the week, okay, literally about an hour ago roughly. We're printing green for the week, but I don't think that's going to end green for the week. And I don't think personally that we break 3,060 this week. Could be completely wrong. We sail to the moon from here, but on balance of probability, because I'm looking at this, what clearly seems to me to be a bearish divergence, higher high, lower high on the relative strength index, and the fact that we haven't cleared. Remember we talked about here, I said I need to see it clear above this, this round about 75.5 roughly on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. We didn't clear that trend line. My bias is to the downside for this week at least, and let's talk about that 2,970. Right here. So if I take some Fibonacci from the recent weekly low, okay, and that was at 2,835, and the new, what I think is the new weekly high for a bit, at 3,060 roughly, you get your Fibonacci levels. And as long as we remain above, and this is the 2,970, that's coming down to the 0.382 level, okay? So that would be touching. If ASX trader is watching and still listening right now, that would be, based on this low and this high, that would be touching the top end of the zag zone, I guess, or is it the zig zone? It's one of the two, but it's topping that. It'd be at the top end of that regular area that if you're going to have a retrace, it would retrace down to at least that zone. And I'm talking about in here. Let me do let's see, right in there. And that's anywhere in between the 0.382 and the 0.618, okay? And if we remain above there, okay, you could call that a touch and, great. This is what I think happens. I think on the weekly time frame, we go down to at least touch 2,970. That's my feeling over the next, just for the next week or two. So I think within the next week or two, I do think we go down from here. Could be completely wrong, and ASX trader might be listening to this going, dude, you're insane. I don't know what you're talking about. We're rocketing high from here. But that's what I see. But if we bounce off there, let me show you this on the daily time frame. That's a little bit better. Yeah, if we bounce off there, yoink, and do something like that, cool. That might be the retest of the zag zone as such, as long as we get back over this level here, the 0.786, and we hold above there, and you just call that the psychological value of $3,000. We'll call it that. Cool. Have a dip below 3,000. and then back above 3,000, onwards and upwards we go. That's looking great. If we do close this week, next week, the week after, any week below that 382 level of 2,978, then I think you would extend further into this zone. And what you don't want to see is you don't want to see it close below the bottom end of the zag zone, and that's at around about 2,920. Okay, so the range that you're happy to get down to, and but you don't want to get below, is between 2,970 and that 2,920. Breaking that, then we'd be talking about probably, you know, lower prices, like even into your 2,700s, your 2,600s, etc. That's probably your biggest line in the sand. I'll actually put that right there for you all. And this, again, this is based on me believing that we're at a weekly top now for a little bit. Again, and I could be completely wrong. So I'm going to pop it in there. And bear in mind, I'm just an amateur. Yes, I've been stacking precious metals since 2010. I've been looking charts for a very long time, but I am an amateur compared to many other people. But I'll put it in here for you. 2920, line in sand, right there. Don't cross below there, and you know, we're looking good. Now, the thing is, you just might want to load up on gold and load up on silver, etc., and you want to see even lower prices. So if that's correct, okay, you want to see the following. You want to see it get below 2,920. You want to see a retest and then a resistance level, and then down we go. Cool. Yeah, so those are the two scenarios. Want to see it go up, hold 2,970. Want to see it go down more, break 2,920. Cool, that is gold, but that is my opinion. Bearish divergence, I think, in play now. I think we go down from here for at least for a bit. Okay, don't know how long. So that is gold. Now, where gold goes, silver does tend to follow. Okay, we'll take a look at the gold to silver ratio as well, because that is actually climbing right back up again. We had a fake out to the downside, but we'll take a look at that in a second. This is silver on the weekly time frame, priced in USD. Why have I got that there? No idea. Priced in US dollars, we are at 33 US dollars, back below the $33.50 final level. Okay, and so I do have to say, because again, where gold goes, silver does tend to follow. Although I did say last week, if in the scenario that gold continues to go down over the next few weeks, but if silver just more so consolidates through time rather than through price, that's when you could see the gold to silver ratio dip again. Okay, so I'm not saying silver's going to tank from here, and I'm not saying gold's going to tank from here, but just watch out. We're back below 33.50. That's not ideal. Okay, we really need to stay closed above there. Okay, you want to keep that as support. And we did technically close last week above 33.50, but it was a failed move to sustain. Oftentimes from a failed move, fast move in the opposite direction. So at the moment, look, so far so good. Look, as long as we remain above that 32.50, okay, that very clear area from before, that's cool. But we did already hit into my expected support range of $31 to $30.50. As long as we remain above $32.50, then yeah, all good. And once again, if you're dollar cost averaging, does it really matter in the first place? No, because silver is a long-term hold. It's real money. Gold and silver are real money. And you're holding it for the long term. And, you know, as we've been talking about, and we'll zoom out in just a second, if you're still watching, say, the wonderful people from the other channels, if you're watching, I'll do a quick zoom out for you. But let's just hold that. That would be good. Hold 32.50 and onwards and upwards. Just watch out for that $31 mark. I don't want to see that broken. You break 31, I would say bad news bears in terms of the price going down, but that may be good news for you. Okay, so do that rather than that would be great. Let's see. That is silver, pretty much. I don't know. I was going to do a quick little zoom out for you. Of course, all of you know silver is on its absolute longer term journey. No questions asked, pretty much, bar major black swan events that we can't see, which you can never see coming along the way, but you can always be sure that some kind of black swan event is coming eventually. Okay, so you got to keep an eye out for that. But this is, again, as you all know, 45 year cup and handle formation. Once it breaks $50, it is in price discovery, and it is onwards and upwards for a long time after that. 3 to 5 years, we're going to see that bigger move, easy to triple-digit silver in 3 to 5 years, not a problem whatsoever. And if ASX Trader is still watching and listening, we did talk about, and I have posited for quite a while, that $700 silver is really doable, because all that is the extension. It's just the it's the cup and handle that fully playing out on the logarithmic timescale. Okay, so that's the distance between there, and you take that distance and you do that to there. It takes it around about $700. And even ASX Trader said, yes, that's doable, but not in 3 to 5 years, which is pretty obvious. So it's more like your 10 to 20 year kind of mark, which we can honestly absolutely hit $700 silver. But again, don't get into it now thinking you're going to be rich in 3 to 5 years time. It's a little bit of a longer time frame, but that is very doable according to me and according to the pros as well. So silver is on for a massive wild ride eventually. Now, not ASX Trader, Chris Dwayne, who I hopefully will speak to later this week, would actually say, knowing Chris Dwayne, and I'll ask him the question. I'll ask him probably the how high can silver go and all that stuff. We'll do all those frequently asked questions. But I think he would say, well, it's infinite. Okay, it could go as high as it wants, if it breaks the system, for example. But dollar value, just in, normal dollar value terms, yeah, $700 silver, very easy. This is generational wealth. It's probably the easiest play because it moves so slowly. And because it moves so slowly, you can probably predict its movement over the next, again, 10 to 20 years. So how would you like to leave a legacy for your kids? How would you like to leave an amazing inheritance or whatever? 10 to 20 years from now, $700 silver from $33 silver? Come on, man. Easiest play in the world. You just have to be patient with it and don't let it shake you out. Anyway, that's the wonders of silver. Let's take a quick look at platinum. I did share the platinum charts. I shared the macro view of the platinum charts last week. So here's the quick macro view of the platinum chart. We're at $983. Not a lot else to say. It is still in this massive trading range. If when it closes above $1,115 on a monthly time frame, preferably, and it'd be great to do it on the quarterly time frame, which this is. That signals massive go time for platinum. Okay, you start closing above there on a quarterly. That is, okay, and then we're onwards and upwards in the years to come. Again, where gold and silver go, platinum follows eventually, and it will. Okay, but on the daily time frame, where are we looking at? Quickly, any trend line, super trend line, that one. I don't want the super one. I want the February trend line. There you go, 2021 trend line. There we go. Oh, okay, cool. So we're above the February 2021 trend line. So we're still in cautiously excited zone, but we're not in my excited zone just yet. And that would be, no, that would be that one. That wouldn't be, yes, that is that one there. So we're in cautiously excited, and I'll get excited when we start closing above here, and that's at around about $1,020. Then we'll start talking the final hurdle of 1,120. Nowhere near there yet, but it's great to see us above at least the big trend line that goes back to February of 2021. Right there. So far, so good. It is the silent creeper, and it will run eventually after gold and silver have done their thing. Okay, so keep watching platinum, and if you don't want to keep watching it, subscribe to me and I'll keep watching it for you. Cool. That's gold, silver, platinum. Gold to silver ratio. Wow, okay. Man, gold to silver ratio has rocketed up in the last couple of weeks, I should say, or last week. All right, we had a false breakdown. It looks like this is the gold to silver ratio on the weekly time frame. We're now at 91.5, back to where we came from. Man, we went back to the future. Look at this. That is insane. So we saw this upwards trending channel. It was looking like it was showing some weakness, and then we had a breakdown. That told me, well, I thought on balance of probability, that we would then see this kind of move where this would then become resistance, and then we would head down possibly even to this area here of around about 83, 84. You've always got to watch out for the false breakdown though. So that was a false breakdown, breakout, and then onwards and upwards again. So gold in the last week or so has outplayed silver. Is that going to continue? Let's see if I pop on the relative strength index. Does that help us with a ratio like the gold to silver ratio? I think it might. It's just trading in a range at the moment, and it hasn't broken out. Okay, so if it breaks out of this 63, 62, 63 range on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame, then I'd say, yeah, it's going to continue for a decent run. And you'd be looking at around about that 96 level on the gold to silver ratio as one that would need to break in order to say it's really continuing in gold's favor. Okay, so you can see a massive spike right there. Big resistance at around about 96. Watch out for there, okay? That could be a big level of resistance where you start ticking back over and then silver outruns gold again. If we close and start holding above 96, then your next area is around about 112. Okay, so just watch out for that. Now, as we've been saying, as the gold to silver ratio is going up, that means obviously gold is outperforming silver and everyone's thinking about gold. Well, when everyone's thinking about gold, what are you buying? As the gold to silver ratio is rocketing up, what are you buying? Are you buying gold? No, you're buying silver. Why? Because the gold to silver ratio is now getting into its outlying territory. It's not within its normal range. Okay, so the higher it gets out of its territory, the longer and quicker, well, not quicker, but the longer or the further it has to go down. Okay, what goes up must come down. Okay, so if you had a big move up to 112, for example, or even back to the all-time high of the gold to silver ratio at 125 or further, you're buying silver because eventually silver will spring back and at least get back down to its normal levels. What's a normal level? Well, a normal level is around about 80. Right there. So imagine buying silver at 125, 112, 125, and then just waiting, only waiting until it gets back to its normal range of around about 80. Okay. Now, if it gets back down to 80, I don't think it's stopping there. Okay. A lot of us believe that the gold to silver ratio will go back way, way lower. We've got a trapdoor here at 70, and then you've got a big level at 50. Okay, now this is again the macro view of the gold to silver ratio, and I'll pop that on the monthly time frame. It's a little bit detailed right here. There's a lot of lines going on, okay? But you can very clearly see how we're out of the normal range area, okay? We're in the outlying territory. We will eventually spring back, because it always does eventually. It springs back into the more normal range, and then you have periods where it does, and it hasn't done it a lot for silver, at least on this, since 1998. It hasn't done it a lot, but I would need a more historical chart to look at. But there have been periods, and I'll look at a more historical chart, where it goes into your outlying range in the opposite direction, where silver is massively outperforming gold, okay? That will come again. Guaranteed, it will go into its outlying territory. That's when gold's had its big, probably, $8,000 to $10,000 US dollar mark, and then everyone's going, gold's really expensive. What can I buy now? Silver, hello, and then it will have its big run after gold has its big run. Okay, that will see that get down. Now, the gold to silver ratio, some people believe it will just get back to maybe 50 to 1. Some people believe it could get back down to, like it did in the peak of 2011, at 32 to 1, which is right there. Some people believe that it will get back down to more historical levels, 20 to 1, for example, 15 to 1, 9 to 1, which is 8 to 9 to 1, which is how it comes out of the ground. And I think even Chris Dwayne, and I'll ask him this week, I think he has a roughly 2 to 1 ratio, I think, at the moment for the gold to silver ratio. So as this is going up, don't fret. Silver is the better place to be. Gold might be better in the short term, but you're playing silver for the much, much longer term. Okay, it is coming. Gold to silver ratio will drop. So that is the gold to silver ratio. Nothing else to say on all that stuff. Let's get to some comments. No, I needed to share the screen about my news of the day, which I didn't do. Let's quickly do that. Let's talk about US dollar pulling back on gold's, on US dollar. Sorry, let's start again. Let's talk about gold pulling back on the US dollar strength. So we've already done the gold price. So we've seen that price pull back. It was based on this news. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, this is coming from FX Empire. It says gold prices dropped 1% after hitting record highs, ending an 8-day 177 rally driven by safe haven flows and rate cut bets. Okay, gold prices lower for a second straight session on Friday, pulling back. Technical pullback targets key support levels. You know what? Screw it. I don't like it. No, we're not going to do it. I already did the analysis, so we won't even look at that article because I've got so many people to talk to. For example, with Jake's Custom Parts. Chris Dwayne is awesome, says Jake. I absolutely agree. Let's go back in the comments and see what we can see. We'll get your comments then. We will be talking about dirty crypto and Bitcoin as well. Yes, because I have been a stacker of crypto since 2013, in and out over the years. I've been able to successfully up my stack, and it's all about upping the precious metals, the real money, upping the precious metal stack over the years. But we'll do that as well. Now, some of you here might be jumping on, going, "You do crypto too?" Yes, I do. I'm bringing those two worlds together. Let's see. What's the old saying? Which cuisine shall reign supreme? What was that show on SBS? Do you remember that one? Let's see. Comments, etc. Got a lot of people watching. We will talk about all the lovely things we need to talk about. Let's see. No pressure to have a good show today. Yeah, exactly. Can anyone tell I'm a little bit more like, oh crap, got to have a good show today? A little bit up and down. Jake is a mod on Arcadia Economics and SD Bullion, to name a couple. Wow, there you go. Well, Jake and I need to have a chat. I'd love for you to be a mod on this. Just subscribe to ASX Trader. Good on you, Jason Rosana. What an amazing channel. If you made me a mod, Joe, I could post others' channel links to sub to. Wow, I might just have to. Maximus Georgis is back in GMS. Good to see you, my friend. Tony would look great in a blue dress. What is that all about? That would be an amazing interview. Yes, it will, with Chris. I think so. Chris was working to get his YouTube channel back. We'll be talking about all of that stuff too. I think the Sons of Liberty channel on YouTube is still active. That's good. I would highly recommend anyone go to the Sons of Liberty channel. Now, I'm not sure if Chris Dwayne started that. I think someone else did and took the individual sections and then put them on YouTube. I'm not sure Chris is his official one. I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. It would be great if Chris brought his main channel back. I think if Chris could, he would, I believe. But we might cover that. Let's see. That's an expensive breakfast here in the States right now. Don't know what you're talking... Oh, just polished off 5 fried eggs. Delicious. Yeah, eggs. Eggs in Australia, they were getting hard to get, but they didn't crazy raise the prices. Now, the prices of everything in the last number of years have just skyrocketed. Okay, we all know that. But yeah, we haven't had a massive egg shortage. A little bit, but we haven't seen like crazy prices. And I can get eggs in the store. It's pretty easy at the moment. Yes, it's dinner here in New Jersey, 7 p.m. Yes, it is. What's the gold to egg ratio, Joe? I'd love to know that. I should look that up. Steve P says, I have a friend who has chickens, so gets me eggs for free most of the time. Fantastic. Where I live, there's a great egg farm. A little bit of a drive down the road, but yeah, I can get eggs from there too at decent prices. Funny thing is, the price of chicken meat hasn't gone up, just the price of eggs. I love buying the rolls of mercury dimes for the silver stash. Yes, junk silver, man. Around about 1/10 of an ounce of silver in a mercury dime, I think it is. Rough average price for a dozen eggs in Australia is about $7.50. Yeah, maybe. That's a rough average, I guess. So $4.70 USD. But I would never pay $7.50 for eggs. No way. So, you can get them for, if you're in Aldi, if you're in Woolies, Coles and Woolworths is the stores here in Aldi, you can get them still for around about $5. So that's a lot less in USD. But again, you maybe have to sacrifice and buy the cage eggs or the barn laid eggs or whatever, but you can still get them. Wow, around $8 a dozen. Oh, and that's 8 US. Get out of town. Ugh. Last year they were like $3 a dozen. Yeah. But hasn't the price of gas and the price of eggs been going down in the US recently? And also, Trump has negotiated a deal, I think, to buy eggs from Turkey. Apparently Turkey are a big egg producer and they export all around the world, and Trump's gone, all right, we don't have enough eggs. Gee, what do we do if we don't have enough? We just buy them we buy a whole bunch from somewhere else. So I think the price of eggs is starting to go down, and the price of gas too. Let's see, we're talking about eggs a lot here. We're going to get to all the other stuff that we need to talk about. The UK is making citizens register their backyard chickens or face a fine. Ugh, I can't talk any more worse about the UK at the moment. Space Miner is here. GMS, good to see you. Many stackers put crypto down, but they don't realize gold is Earth's money. Oh, it's a nice one. And crypto both are at an arm's length to the government control. Some people would disagree with that. Some people would disagree. Some people believe that Bitcoin was a government-created thing by the CIA or the NSA or whatnot. Who knows the actual truth? But I see your point, Maximus. Coffee is also a mod from a couple of big channels. Well, fantastic. It's great to see so many people here. We're going to get to some other stuff in just a second. Victorian government been shutting down egg farms because of the bird flu. Okay, fair enough. I'm done with the egg talk, people. Yes, I recognize coffee and stocks as a mod too. Fantastic. Great stuff. Turkey eggs? No, eggs from Turkey. And what did Space Miner say? If silver to chicken is the ratio, then do eggs count as futures? Hilarious. By the way, did I tell you that the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Did I tell you that? And did I also tell you that Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, no joke, the best bullion dealer in all of Australia right now. How do I know? I worked for 3 of the big ones. I worked for Goldstackers, I worked for Bullion Now, I worked for Ainslie Bullion. Sorry, other 3 that my former employers. Perth Bullion Exchange is beating you currently. And I'm not saying that because they are my sponsor and all that stuff. They're my sponsor because they are beating everyone else. Okay. Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, started this business in May last year, already has now over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. How did he get there, by the way? Oh, I've been helping him to create consistently engaging content, which he's doing amazingly over there. And at least launched the business in May and said, I'm going to be the only bullion business in Australia that gives you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. There is no other bullion business. Now, here's the thing. Listen to this. All the US YouTube channel, Silver Mods and all that. Listen to this. All you guys are very used to getting free shipping when you buy over like $199 worth of stuff or all those kind of things. There's been no bullion dealer in all of Australia ever in history that has had free shipping as part of their business policy. Then Perth Bullion came along and said, why not? That's weird. There's obviously you can figure it out in some kind of economic way. The big boys in the US do it. Why can't we do it here in Australia? Crunched the numbers and went, no, I'm going to do that. Screw that. Buy 20 or more items. Here's the deal. It's not a dollar value. It's a quantity value. Okay. If you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, you get instant free shipping Australia-wide. And it's not 20 of one thing. It's mix and match. But for example, again, it's not a dollar value. To give you an example, you could buy 20 1/10 ounce Royal Mint Britannia 1/10 ounce silver coins. Okay, let's say we go to that. Let's say I'll add those to the cart, and let's say I'll add 20 to the cart. Let's have a look at the cart right now. This is really interesting. Okay, so here's one. Right, there is the current shipping price, $19.25 Australian dollars. Okay. If I add 20, right, watch this on the right-hand side. Add 20. It's a quantity value, okay? Watch this. Oh, no, screw you. I didn't mean that. I think 21. Did that not work on... Have we got a bug just when I'm doing the show? That would be right. Okay, don't worry about that one. That normally would come up as free ship. Oh no, free ship. Oh no, sorry, it does. Oh, we've got a bug on it though. There it is. The shipping charge came up for free. Okay, I'm going to let Ricky know of that doesn't automatically come up as the default anymore. Okay, right there. See that change? So let me go back to 19, right? Watch this. Watch that free shipping charge option disappear on the right-hand side. Watch this. See? Nothing. So you have to pay shipping. And then if you have 20 or more, I'll do that again. You'll see that come up right there. Now, this is the same for any product on perthbullion.com.au. There you go. And then you click free shipping and it's free shipping. There's no difference. Okay. It's express shipping, sign on delivery, fully tracked, all that kind of stuff, insured, all that kind of jazz that you normally get, except for free. Now, watch this, for example. I know this is an extended version, right? If I only want 5 of those, because I want to buy some other stuff, okay, let's say I buy 2 of this, 3 of this, 7 of that, 4 of that, okay, let's say, for example, okay, I know this is an extended version, but give me one moment, okay, and I'll show you how amazing this is at perthbullion.com.au. I'll just pick something randomly. Let's go the 1/4 ounce, okay, so I'll add 15 of those, and let's go to the cart. Now you'll see there's 5 of one thing, 15 of another thing, but how much is shipping? Let's go check it out. You get the free shipping option right there. Again, because 20 or more items. So you can do gold, silver, platinum, whatever it is. They have a great range and all that stuff. perthbullion.com.au. Now, if you are happy to save and invest in real physical gold, but you don't need to hold it in your hand, okay? You don't need to store it in your safe or bury it in your backyard. If you like the option of knowing that it is one-to-one backed with real physical metal, I think wealthstack.com might be for you. Okay, this is an unallocated gold program, which all that means is it's backed one-to-one with real physical metal. It's LBMA registered gold, except it's held in storage for you under your name. You do own it, but you don't get to hold it, okay? In your hands, it's held by them, okay? Wealthstack.com are an Australian-owned, operated, regulated company, okay? Now, what they're doing at the moment is gold only. They will be doing silver. That's on the roadmap. There's lots of other things on the roadmap, but you can buy gold for spot plus 1%. Whether you buy $1 million of gold or $10 of gold, okay? That's the minimum, okay? So you download it for, this is an old phone, you download it for Android or iPhone. Let me show you. Go to wealthstack.com, click on the About section, and then you'll find down here, that's the CEO, David Ski. I did an interview with David Ski, the CEO, a number of months ago on the channel. And this is the app, okay? The Wealthstack app. Find it on the App Store or on Android. That's the logo. That's the user interface. It's free to join. You have to sign up with your ID. It's very highly secure, okay? Save and invest in real physical metal. Now, if this is not for you because you're the if I don't hold it, I don't own it person, that's cool too, because Wealthstack reached out to me to get at least the general trust of the gold stacker out there. Okay, so if this isn't for you, you send this to your normie friends and family who think you're a crazy collector and why would I don't want to buy a safe. I don't want to, dig a hole and then have a treasure map. I just want exposure to gold. This is a great way to get exposure to gold without all the other hassle of you doing the stacking and all that kind of stuff, right? wealthstack.com. Cool. All right. Let's get to some crypto stuff for the day. Oh, hello. While I've been talking. Cool. Let's take a look. This is, interesting. Cool. All right, then. This is the Bitstamp exchange. Let's go. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, Preston USD, 85,600 US dollars. We've just seen a little move in the last hour. So we're still in technically yesterday, I guess. So what I mean by that is we've got 37 minutes until the start of the new trading day. Okay, it's based on UTC time for crypto. And if I go to the hourly time frame, just in the last hour, we have seen that move. Okay, good. So here's an interesting move. Okay, let's see. Right here, we had that move up to, excuse me, I know it's a bit of motion sickness there. Of course, the previous all-time high, kind of like a double top there. Now, by the way, I still don't know whether crypto is done or whether it may continue. And we're not over levels that says, oh, we're going to continue in a crypto bull run in 2025. I am not confident in that whatsoever. Might be done. Okay. I must say though, it has just hit over the level I did say would need to hit over in order to give a little bit more confidence, but we're nowhere near there yet. We talked about this Fibonacci levels right here. So this recent low of 77,000. We talked about the bullish divergence playing out, which is the lower low on the price, but then a higher low on the relative strength index. See that? Lower low, higher low indicates a bullish divergence. We have seen the price up since then, and we got up to this level of that 87,500. I did Fibonacci between here, and out of interest, where did we find support at? Right bang on. Again, what ASX trader would call the zag zone. We bounced, that was very Aussie. We bounced right there at the very top end of the zag zone. Okay, so it technically had a test of the zag zone, and now we are back above the area I needed to see it close above, which was right here. Remember that? That's at the $84,000, $85,000 area. Okay, so that was acting as resistance. Okay, now possibly acting as support. Good to see. Okay, so on the relative strength index, we are currently ticking up, but we're not over the major level we need to get back above in order to say, you know, for the next number of days and weeks, we could see higher prices. And on the relative strength index on the daily, that's at around about your not halfway point, around about 50.5 on the relative strength index. I need to see that. As the amateur I am, I need to see that at least start closing above there, hold a support, and then do that. Then we'd be getting into potential extremely overbought range on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. What's the level we need to clear, bare minimum, in order to say, okay, we're looking pretty good and possibly onwards and upwards from here? It is right here at the 96,700 level right there, okay? Why is that? Because it is based on the Fibonacci from this high of 109,000, the previous all-time high, and this recent low. See how that's sitting right there? And that's at the 0.618. Sorry, I know it's a little bit detailed, but it's right there at the 0.618, and that's at, 96,700. If you start closing above there, great, cool. Okay, do that, fantastic. You close back above this major uptrend line, the one that goes through the previous all-time highs in February of 2021. Great, cool, do that, good, do that, close above 96,700, great. I would probably say looking very good for a continued run in 2025, and then we'll talk about what the potential higher prices are. I am not talking about any potential higher prices in Bitcoin until we at least break above that uptrend line, at least there, okay, so around about $95,000, you've got to clear there, bare minimum. Cool, cool. But little tick above, what we would want to see is, get rid of that for you. What we need to see is a clear break and a clear hold above here, right there at the $87,500 level. That needs to do that, and then onwards and upwards. Not guaranteed just yet, people, but that is where we are. And yeah, you can very easily tank from here, okay? Crypto could be done. Bitcoin could be done for 2025, okay? And someone like ASX Trader, for example, has shown you the blinkers that could be really done. And yeah, we are not out of the woods for Bitcoin at all. So please remain vigilant. Now, if you're a stacker of Satoshis, okay, just like silver, just like gold, if you don't care about the price and you're just dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin because you believe, that's fine, I'm happy to hold my Bitcoin for the next run, okay? Sure, that's fine, you don't care. But if you're trading it, which a lot of people probably more so doing than stacking it, then yeah, we're not out of the woods. Cool. Clear 87,500 and we'll start talking turkey. Cool. That is Bitcoin. Let me show the altcoin market, which is others is the altcoin market minus the top 10. Look, we're back above 230 billion and that's good to see. We did get into the expected zone range, the zag zone as such, and I'm probably going to start referring to it as that because it makes complete sense. So, and I don't think ASX Trader minds me calling it the zag zone because many of his amazing students that he's been teaching over the last year and a bit through his Mastering the Markets course called the Zag Zone. And I'm probably going to be one of those students mid-year. Let's see. So the Zag Zone right here from the low and the high. So you've got that 0.382 to 0.618 level, and it had been touched right there. So we went into the Zag Zone, okay, and we had a touch, and it was a quick spike as well. Okay, so far so good. We're back over above 230 billion on the altcoin market. It must hold 230 billion. Okay, key Fibonacci level for me, and as long as we hold there, great. If we start closing back below 230, not good news. Okay, back down below there, yeah, then we'll be talking. Okay, and it's got to clear that $240 billion area and that downtrend line. So, look, I don't know. Short answer is I don't know, and I'm not going to claim to be someone who knows it's going to go up or down. The absolute confidence, though, I would have if it does start closing above $280 billion. That's a very good sign. Okay, you start doing that, then that, okay, really good sign, okay, for an altcoin season in 2025. It would be butting up against, though, just out of interest, if we did that, it would be butting up against this downtrend line. So that would be the big one we would need to cross over. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, there we go. Now that's at, what do you know? That's at around about 280 billion. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, right there. Close that 280 billion and looking very, very good. We are nowhere near there yet. I don't even know if we're getting there. Cool, but that's what you need to see for crypto to say altcoin season 2025. Let's see some quick little altcoin analysis out of interest, because I do it for some people who are big fans of, say, Alchemy Pay, ACH, for example. What do we say about spikes, people? We say spikes mean SHIT. You can come up to a key level of 3 cents. That's a key Fibonacci level from the really old highs, the really old lows of ACH, Alchemy Pay. But the spikes mean nothing. It is where they close at. And even on the daily time frame, it actually doesn't matter too much where it closes at. It's really about the weeklies and the monthlies. But if you spike above 3 cents, like we just did yesterday or in the last 24 hours, some people would be going, we're back above that Fibonacci line. That's fantastic. Yeah, you got to wait until it closes the day above it. Then we'll talk turkey. Nope. So we have seen a level. We went up to the level that I thought we would. So we spiked up to, but closed below the 3 cent getting interested line. That's my line where I say, okay, I'm getting interested again in getting into ACH. I'm not there yet. Okay, a spike. We're back down below. We're at 2.6 cents. Nothing is telling me to get back into crypto in a big way or get back into ACH until we at least break and hold 3 cents. And then I will consider getting back into ACH if when we start clearing and holding 4 cents. Now, you can ignore the time frame on that, okay? That could be squeezed, and that could happen sooner. You could do it really quickly and do something like that. Sure, fantastic. I don't care about the time it takes. I care about where it happens, okay? I care about the price and holding. So hold that 4 cent level. I'll probably be back in ACH. Nowhere near there yet. Good to see the test of 3 cents, but it's got to start closing above. Cool, that's ACH. That's annoying. I should have turned that off. Give me 1 second. How dare you, sir? How dare you text me in the middle of a show? Don't you know I'm an important person? That is that one. We're going to get to your final comments and queries. I think also, if we have a chart request today, let me know and I'll do a chart request for anything, because we've got so many people watching. Here is XRP, daily time frame, price in USD, $2.43. Not a lot to say, just a quick glance. We have not broken above $2.60. That's my final hurdle, and we haven't done it. So short answer is need to do that. Hold the support, and so we're in a no man's land for me for XRP at the moment. If we break down below $2.10, that says we're probably heading down to about $1.30. If we break $2.60 and we close it on a weekly time frame, preferably, that says we're probably going to make a new play for the all-time high. And then if you make another play for the all-time high, you're probably going to break it. Okay, so $2.60 for me is a big area, big final hurdle for me. We're in the no man's land area. Don't know where it's going to go, and neither do you. Some of you are going to be confident that crypto is going up in 2025. Continued. Yeah. I don't trust anyone that is 100% confident on anything except for, death and taxes. That is that one. And let's take a quick look at my old friend, TOSHI, and we'll see if anything else has come up. What's UFD doing? Yeah, no, Trump coin, $11.30, not a lot. TOSHI, okay, cool. Very quickly. Ooh, all right. One moment later. Okay, here is TOSHI on the daily time frame price in USD, 0.00033. Unfortunately for TOSHI, we have broken through that level I was talking about, through that downtrend line. If I show you on the 4 hour, that will come up better. Okay, here's the 4 hour time frame on TOSHI. There's your all-time high back up there when it got listed on Coinbase. Rocketed 1,600% on the rumor, on the announcing that it would get listed on Coinbase. Rocketed up to 0.0006. Then it did get listed on Coinbase. Rocketed up to 0.0022. Now we're at 0.00033. Okay, almost a 10 times back down. Okay, and the fact that we've broken, I did say watch out for this downtrend line. We needed to hold into this general area and break out and do. That is what we needed to see. What we didn't want to see was exactly what it's done, which is break down and find resistance. We've done that so far. So on balance of probability, until we break back above this area here, which we could do, okay, but I have to remain bearish for TOSHI. So while we're below there, potential lower prices coming. If you break back below that 0.0003 area, I would watch out for the next major support level, and that's between 0.0002 and 0.00018. So 0.00022 and 0.00018 in that zone there. What you would want to see is a very quick move back above here. Look, it's getting to an apex there, so you could see, look, a consolidation just under resistance. You need to see that pretty quickly. Otherwise, down she goes for TOSHI. Now, if you are a long-term TOSHI holder, if you are confident with crypto in 2025 or just later on in the future, let me know in the comments if you're still holding TOSHI. Are you still TOSHI strong? My amazing, what an amazing community TOSHI is. They are huge, okay? And they're very, very vocal. Whenever I post anything about TOSHI or a video or whatever, they're like retweet, like crazier than almost any other crypto community. So if you're basing it on that alone, if you believe, one, that crypto will continue in 2025 or later on down the track, if you believe that meme coins will have a big resurgence again, etc., then TOSHI would be one I would highly recommend at least looking at, because it is the meme coin of the base chain. Base chain is owned by Coinbase. Coinbase CEO, his name is Brian Armstrong. Brian Armstrong has a cat named TOSHI. What do you know? So that's why it got listed on Coinbase recently as well, I believe. So it's a great meme coin, and I think you should be in it if the crypto run is continuing and if you like meme coins. Cool. Look out for TOSHI. Let me know if you're still in, TOSHI fam. That's it for all of crypto. We're going to do some comments and queries, etc. Have I had any super chats? No. Oh, I knew that would happen. No, I have no super chats, people. Let me just do that. There we go. Great to see so many people still watching. This is absolutely fantastic. And I'll go back to my comments. I've had 252 something comments right here. Let's see. Do I have any chart requests for anything at the moment? I've got a little bit of time. I can do that. Give me 1 second. I got a message from the missus. I might have to check that just to see. Do you have a go? Okay, all right. So they're out of the house now. Fantastic. Good. That's why my internet speed is faster. Let's see. Comments, any questions about stacking precious metals? Any questions about, for me, as an Australian stacker, any questions, any chart requests for anything, a stock, a metal, a crypto, if you want to do that? I'll take a first look at something. Happy to do that. 2, XRP, baby, says Jake's Custom Parts. All right, he's an XRP fan. Yes, as I said for a long time, XRP is the crossover crypto between the precious metals world and the crypto world. If a precious metals person was going to get into crypto, they're probably going to buy XRP, I'd imagine, because again, the ISO 022 something contract with it's one of those ones with XLM stellar lumens as well. So there's a bit of a conspiracy thing going on with that. I wouldn't call it conspiracy, but you know what I mean. Let's see. This chat is great. I do agree. Now, I'm not going to be able to get... This show is getting larger and larger. And now I have to say, because Chris Dwayne's probably joining us on the show this week, I've had ASX Trader on the show not that long ago, is going to be joining us again, because I'm getting all these crazy, amazing mods coming into my little channel, which is not getting so little anymore. It's really getting hard for me to go through each individual comment, okay? And of course, I'm trying to get more money from you. Give me money. But if you want me to read out a very specific comment, because I won't get to all of them, the super chat is the best way to do it, okay? I think you can super chat for as little as like $2 or something. So if you want me to see a comment, I'll get a little notification to say that I got a super chat, and then I will show that. Okay, and that's the best way. And if you just want to support the show, you can support me in many ways. You can buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, get some Wealthstackers. They sponsor the show just on a regular basis. I don't get a commission from them or anything, just so you know. But, you know, buy from my sponsors. That's one way to keep the show going. And super chats really, really help. So thank you. Let's see. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get out of Victoria. Ugh. Can I tell you, during the thing that shall not be mentioned that happened in 2020, Victoria was the worst state to be in, as far as I understand it to be. And I'm from that state. Now, that's as far as I'll go. That's as far as I'll go. What was that? Theron, 1984. Good to see you, my friend. What was that? Exactly, Space Miner. What would you say? Eggs are future as well. You said something to get to this chat, something or other. Random side quest topic of the day. Yeah. Tony, I know coffee is a mod for Arcadia. Okay, we're talking about all this stuff. There's so many comments to get through. Again, please super chat me if you want me to see something, or if you have a chart request. Okay, that really helps. Dictator Dan is having troubles getting his house built. He got kicked out of a club too. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I know the skinny on that. Very specific, and I can't tell you how I know. But let's talk about Dictator Dan for a second. Okay, I'm going to take the glasses off for this one. The rumor that you heard about he got kicked out of a club, it wasn't a club. Well, that might be something. He maybe got kicked out of a club too. The rumor that he suffered injuries due to hitting on somebody's, I think, look, it was, I don't know the exact thing, but he got roughed up a bit. That's the rumor, that he got roughed. You remember that accident that he had, apparently, that he fell off his front step at his house, or the back step of his house, which is like this big, and he like did something to his leg or something like that. That's not what happened. And I have from an incredibly good authority, which I can tell you is within like 0 degrees of separation, and I can't tell you how I know. That is not what happened. And I can tell you it happened at a party of a very, very, very well-known business mogul. I'll put it that way. And I happen to know someone who knows someone who, anyway, can't tell you, but yeah, Dan's not, don't believe that fell off the front step thing. That did not happen. Why did the chicken sit in the middle of the road? Because she wanted to lay. Are we doing weird, why the chicken crossed the... Is this how far we've gotten in Good Morning Stackers, that we're doing crazy egg things? Oh, sorry, I'll get to your other comments. Let me get to the bottom here. Yeah, something like that. Broke his back, didn't he? Well, something happened. Yeah. That was Lindsay Fox. That was ages ago. I don't know what you're talking about. But I can tell you that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Kudos to you, Joe, for what? I don't know, but that's okay. Thank you. Today's been a crazy chat. Yes, that has been. Thank you guys for the warm welcome. Welcome, Steve. Great to have you, man. Now, I will share this just for a second. I'll show you the email. Let me get rid of that because that's going to be annoying. And let me get rid of that, and I'll put you up there, and I'll put you there. Excuse me, and I'll put you, oh, that'll do, whatever, close enough for Jazz. If you want to send me an email, Steve, or any of the wonderful people that have jumped on the chat just recently from the mod side of things, if there's any way that you think you could help me promote my channel, maybe I can get interviews. I'd love to speak to Economic Ninja or Arcadia or any one of those lovely people. I've had people like Yankee Stacking jump into the chat recently. You remember a number of weeks ago when Yankee Stacking jumped onto the chat and said hello? I've been in talks with jumping on one of Yankee Stacking's thing. I've got Chris Dwayne joining us this week, I think. I think things are starting to really just, it's the 100th monkey principle. Okay, so if any of those wonderful people, for the mods on those other larger YouTube accounts, if you would like me to have a chat with that YouTube channel, I would love to. And I would love to get them on this show. We can do the synchronized slurp together. We can do an interview. Or I can jump onto their show and we can talk about a whole bunch of different things. Of course, again, I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. I've been a first employee of major bullion dealers. So again, worked for Goldstackers, Bullion Now. I was literally the guy who started their YouTube channel and ran their YouTube channel. If you've seen it, they've got like 20,000 something subscribers now. I left the business just under 20,000 subscribers. I took that channel from zero to where it is today, pretty much. And I've got a lot to talk about. I've lived a life. So happy to be on other people's channels and happy to get those people on my channel too. gmstackers@gmail.com is the email. Let's see, that's not the one I wanted. It's been a great chat, hasn't it? Final comments and we shall get out of here. I remember the accident that got covered up. Rumour have it he was driving. No, that's not what happened. Nope. Lindsay Fox. That's all I'll say. Lesson of the story is keep your hands to yourself. Dictator Dan, Dirty Dan. Dirty Dictator Dan. Jake's Custom Parts says thumbs up to what I just said. That's it, people. I know I can feel when the energy starts waning. It is time to go, and I try to leave it to around about an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, you just watched Good Morning Stacker. Whoa, let me try that again. I've been a singer for 25 years, and we have a super chat at the last second. Super chat right here from Space Miner, $5. Thank you, sir. Can I please get your perspective? All right, I've got to do it. Can I please get your perspective on? And let's read this here. Space Miner says, can I please get your perspective on crystal osmium via osmium? Crystal osmium via osmium pre-IS. Okay. Now, is this a what's the word I'm looking for? Is this something I can chart? Is that right, Space Miner? So crystallized osmium via osmium dash pre-IS. Does it outside opinion helps? Does it have a ticker? Maybe I'll look that up. Is that what you're talking about? Let me share the screen. No, I'll just look at osmium pre-IS. Give me 1 second. You can't see the screen. What I'm doing is I'm looking for osmium. Let's see if I can find that. It must be a thing. Osmium. Osmium. Osmium pre-IS. I'm looking for it. Osmium Lux, Osmium IRL, Osmium Lux, Osmium Pre. Let's go Pre. Osmium Pre. No, Premium. Do you have a ticker for that, Space Miner? Can you let me know what that is? Pre.is. Give me 1 second. I know. It's a crazy, wonderful live interactive show when... let's see that. Oh, you can see the screen. Osmium price. Oh, there we go. Okay. Osmium price and market. Now I see what you want. So it's not on tradingview.com, but it's on the osmium price. Okay. All right. Oh, this is going to be a bit hard. Let's have a look. I think this is what you're asking, Space Miner. So this is... Okay. If I could... let me just see if I can find Osmium. So I did share. I must have shared the screen. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Osmium. Let me go back. Let's see. Plastic Osmium. No. Osmium Lux. Is that a thing? I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to go Osmium. No, that's with an AM, so it's got nothing to do with it. Okay. I'm going to take a quick look at this. Let's take a quick look at Osmium. Oh, my goodness. It's the first time looking at the Osmium chart. It's going to be a little bit harder for me to look at Osmium on this particular chart, but this is for the amazing Space Miner who did a super chat and wants me to have a quick look at Osmium on this chart. I'm going to quickly check your comments, my friend, to see if there is a better chart that I can look at. Let's see. It's not publicly traded. It's a natural monopoly. Oh, I'm liking the sound of that. Now who loves a natural monopoly? Warren Buffett loves a natural monopoly. When anything is a natural monopoly, that is a great thing to potentially get into. So Osmium could be the case. Let's see. It won't let me type .com in the super chat. I see. That's why. Okay. So it is this one. Okay. Let's take a look at Osmium. So here's the year to date and here's the all. Okay. So this Osmium chart, I wish I had a more historical chart. I'm going to go back and see if I can find any more. Is there a better chart? Elements, specials, news, price and market. Yeah, it goes back to 2000 and where are we? 2017 roughly. So this is the entire chart. Look, there's not a lot to say. Back from this is what 1, 2, 3. This is 8 years worth roughly of chart. Over 8 years, we've gone from, and I'll do it in USD. So that's euro. Let's go back and do it in USD. It's better to do it that way. Yeah, that's all. So all. That's 1 year. So here we go. Here's the Osmium chart. Let's start again. Let's take a look at Osmium. Osmium is an element on the periodic table, and some of my wonderful subscribers actually invest in crystallized osmium. You can buy physical osmium. Okay, this is the first time I've heard about it for a number of months. Okay, but we're going to take a look at the quicker price. Why not? Let's see where we've come from. So Osmium on the it's not even the daily time frame. So it's not traded on. I can't find a chart on TradingView, for example. So this is just a pretty simple chart. I don't think it's interactive, and I can't do much with it. But we've gone from around about $565 per gram of osmium. I don't even know what osmium does. I might find out a little bit more in a second on this website. This is osmium-preis.com. Okay, so from $565, okay, per gram, okay. Then we had a nice little move back up to around about $860 per gram. That was in 2019. The $565 a gram was in 2017. So around about 2 years later, a near doubling in the price of osmium. Look at this. This is just, if you just do a trend line, why is this? I want to know. Space Miner, let me know in the comments, and we'll get to those in a second. Then just a little bit of consolidation through time. Then we're talking, let's see, the next big decent high was at around about $1,200 per gram of osmium. Okay, now since that's in 2021, now since 2021, between 2021 and around about 2022, so between about May of 2021 and October of 2022, it was just trading. It really didn't. It was trading in a range. It didn't see new higher highs. So it was just consolidating through time. You could have got it for a bit cheaper, around about that $1,000 level at Main, $1,200 level for around a good, nearly an entire year at $1,200. Then we had a little dip, not much of a dip, back in October of 2022, and then it started its next journey. Okay, and then we rocketed up to about $1,500 per gram of crystallized osmium. This was in January of 2024, so January last year. Then we had a dip just recently of not much though, about $90 to $100 back in mid last year. And then look at this. Just in the recent, since about July of last year until now, We had a move up to 1,660 US dollars, another consolidation, and now we're right here at all-time highs for osmium right now at 1,700 US dollars per gram of osmium. Okay, don't know really, again, don't know, I know it's an element on the periodic table, don't know what it is, don't know what it does. It says here a lot of it comes from Canada, I guess, Russia, South Africa as well. I'm going to find out a little bit more of it, but it is certainly at a higher point. Now, if I was doing a trend line, which I can't do right here, but look at this, very, very steady, okay? Very steady with little dips. So you can see that trend line. If I can draw that in, can I draw that in? Yeah, give me 1 second. What I'm going to do is the following. Let me just do that. And you can't see that. Let me just do one. Oh, you can't even see any of that. Oh, yes, I can do that. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put that. Let me go like this. You can't see any of what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to put that into a tab, and then I'm going to do the tab. And then, no, I can't draw on it. Yes, I can. No, hang on. Yes, I can. Give me 1 sec. I can draw on that. Annotate. I'll do a line close enough for jazz, and we're going to draw that, and I'll make that thin. Give me 1 second. Loving your work, people. And I'll do from there. You can't see this. I'm about to share this on the screen, okay? That's what I would say would be the trend line. And I don't know if this is on a logarithmic time scale either, but we'll do something like that. Cool? All right, let me save that. And then I'll move this back over to there, and you're about to see it. Here we go. All right. Here is osmium with a trend line. Cool? You can see it goes back to the 2011. Let me get my dirty head out the way, and you can see that. Let me put me up there, top left-hand corner. Why not? Very clearly, right? That's your trend line. Basically your trend line, okay? And again, I don't know if this is a logarithmic scale. Oh, it's not a logarithmic scale. This is a linear scale. Okay, so I'm using a linear scale. Look at that, though. That's pretty darn consistent, okay? And here's the good thing. If we're using that as the trend line, maybe not the right one. If I were to go like this, give me a second, I could change that. And maybe I do that instead. Oh, okay. All right, give me 1 moment. And I'll go through that trend line, and let me save that again, and I'll move you. And stop. You son of a bitch. There we go. There's a better trend line, actually. Yeah, that's a better one. Look at that. Linear scale. So we had a bit of time above the trend line. There you go. Matching it up really well. There you go there. So we're at the top end now of that trend line, and it looks like it's peaking above it. Look, this is looking really good. It's very steady growth over the last 8 years, roughly 7-8 years for crystallized osmium. I don't see any reason why it's going to be in a dip from here. Don't forget, have a look here. In 2024, I'll go back to the interactive chart. In 2024, you had a decent spike. You had a decent dip there, okay? Decent consolidation. And then you had that move up to that 1650 mark, and then a decent bit of consolidation. I feel like this is, I don't know osmium. I don't know the fundamentals, all that. I don't see any peak in the osmium chart. That's what I'll say. Again, we're using a linear chart. I don't have an interactive chart to look at. I wish I did. It doesn't look like it's peaking at all, though. And it looks like it potentially has room to move. Okay, you're at the top end of this trend line, but it has broken above it before. It has failed to hold above it, however. So I would say that if we do break above, we get into $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 osmium. You would want to hold that line, that trend line, pretty well. Okay, you would want to come back and test that, and then onwards and upwards. Okay, but there's no indications to me, Space Miner, that it's looking peaky. I mean, we're at all-time highs, but you know, you can be at all-time highs and things and make more new all-time highs. So that is osmium for Space Miner. No problem, man. I appreciate that. And we've had another super chat. Thank you. Super chat again, $5 again from Space Miner. Thank you for honest effort. No problem, man. I'm happy to help. I'd love to chat to you more about osmium. Again, hit me up with an email. Final comments now that we shall get out of here. Signed, Sino is back. Good to see you, man. I'm about to end the show. That's some expensive stuff for sure. That is not the crystallized osmium chart. Oh, that is the osmium chart. Oh no, have I done something wrong? Osmium is 1,500 times more rare than gold. Yes, okay. Osmium is the densest metal, element 76. Okay, what is it used for? I'm going to research this now. Sounds interesting. We could all turn into osmium stackers here at Good Morning Stackers. I don't care what I'm stacking as long as I'm stacking something that is increasing in value over time relative to other goods and services in the industry, in the world, okay? And it's the 8th precious metal. Fantastic. And that's not even crystallized osmium. To buy crystallized osmium, you're going to be talking about much higher premiums, of course. All right, people. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for everyone to watch. Now, here's what you do at the end of the show, people. You grab your tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage, just like we do at the start of the show. We end it with the synchronized slurp. Does anyone else do it? Yes, they do. But I do it in a more unique way. Let's see. And we will dance it out to the theme song. You guys have been absolutely amazing today. Thank you for watching today's show. We normally stick to about an hour show, not an hour and a half, but we did have a lot to chat about. Hit me up with the emails for anyone who wants to hit me up with an email for the reasons I talked about before. And we're going to dance it out, people. I'm going to lower that because this has been...
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronize.
In
slurp.
3, 2,
Now we're
1.
on the
Slurp it,
move.
people. Here we go.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah.
That's a good stream. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, whatever you're stacking. I will see you all tomorrow morning. Have an amazing day. See ya.